Hey. So, are you beginner and are you stuck on how to invest in the stock market? Well, watch this video to find out my foolproof way of investing into the stock market. Watch this video. Whoop! So, before we begin, for the best millennial investing advice, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified whenever I post a new video on every Make It Rain Mondays. So, if you're overwhelmed by all the investing information out there, maybe you're getting conflicting information on Reddit, this YouTube video, maybe this magazine if you still read those these days, and you can't figure out the right way to invest, by the end of this video you'll have my 4-step strategy that will be your foolproof way of investing to create your automated kick-ass investing portfolio. I've actually used this exact formula for myself to generate my first 130k investing completely passively, and it's actually worked for a lot of my clients too. Now it's your turn. I would love to share it with you guys. Now, before we begin, comment below, what is your biggest hurdle when you're investing into the stock market? I love to kind of hear from you. So the other day, I was actually watching this video of how to invest in the stock market for beginners. They were going into kind of like the individual stocks and all that. And it was just very overwhelming for first investor stockholders, right? It was actually a really great video on investing strategies like fundamental, technical, and behavioral analysis, right? But for the everyday beginner, that is way too advanced for most people. It's not very practical and hands-on. So if you don't know what these are, don't worry. I didn't really know what these were at the time. So my goal is really to provide something a lot more practical, tactical, and something that you can just implement over the weekend. And if you don't know what fundamental, technical, behavioral analysis is, don't worry. I didn't really know when I started investing. Actually, when I started that video, I just realized like, hey, I knew about these things, but I didn't know the terms for it. So we're always learning stuff. One of the things, the core principles I believe is that, when you're new at something, start with the easy wins. The reason why we start with easy wins is because we want to get momentum. So it's just like going into a weight room, trying to stack 3 plates on each side, 315 on the bar. You're about to bench it and then you get stapled. It's your first day at the gym. So what I like to do is, hey, start off with the bar. Maybe next week add 10 pounds. 10 pounds, 10 pounds. Eventually you'll get to that 315, but momentum is key to getting results. And the quickest way to get results is what? Keep it simple. So I like to keep my investing strategy simple because investing in individual stocks can be risky, and not knowing what you're doing is even riskier, right? So what should you do instead? Well, today I'm going to break down my investing strategy in 4 easy steps. And better yet, I'm going to teach you through the concept of eating tacos, because shit, who doesn't like tacos? So step 1, choose your brokerage company. So I want to ask you a question. What do Taco Bell, Chipotle, some bougie vegan taco joint in Hollywood, and a local taco joint have in common? Well, they all serve tacos. Well, that's partially if you consider Taco Bell actual real food, but it is what it is. Investing is the same way. One of the first steps you need to do is figure out where you want to eat or where do you want to invest. You have to figure out where you want to invest, and that's where you go to a brokerage company. Now, a brokerage company essentially is just the middleman who conducts transactions, but there's some brokerages that offer a lot more, right? So for brokerage companies, you might have your Taco Bells or street food. You might have your Taco Bells where there's very little service, and they just give you the tacos. That's really it. That might be analogous to Robinhood. Maybe you have a more full-fledged like restaurant type of thing where they offer more services. I would compare that to Vanguard and Fidelity. And those are actually my personal favorite, Vanguard and Fidelity. I've used those in the past. I've also used Robinhood in the past. Shameless plug. Use my affiliate link if you're going to do Robinhood. Now, what was really interesting with Fidelity, I started off with Fidelity, but then I was looking into the Vanguard funds. I was like, wow, these funds, they're performing a lot better. The fees are a lot cheaper. This is the best bang for my buck. So I moved my money to Vanguard, and it was like that. They were top of the cream of the crop for many, many years. But now, especially with Fidelity trying to keep up, they've actually lowered all their fees, actually eliminated a lot of their fees. And Fidelity has a lot of zero fund fees out there. So they're staying competitive. At this point in time, I would recommend going to Fidelity. If you ever need a change, no sweat, you can always switch later. But either way, Fidelity or Vanguard, you're going to get the best bang for your buck. Step 2, choose your tax vehicle. So when you go to a legit street taco joint, there's two types of tortillas, right? There's corn and flour. When you go to Taco Bell, same thing as well. You either get that tortilla that's falling apart, or you get that Doritos hard shell taco, Cool Ranch, bro. But whether it's Doritos flavored or it's a traditional corn tortilla, they all have one purpose, really to hold your fillings all together. With investing, that's the same concept. We need a investing tortilla or something called a tax vehicle to hold all your investments together. Why? Because we have something called Uncle Sam in the US, and Uncle Sam always wants his cut and piece of the pie. So what are some examples of tax vehicles? You might have heard of them. In the US, we have the 401k, traditional IRA, Roth IRA, and we have taxable accounts as well. If you're more self-employed, we have things called like a SEP IRA. There's a lot of these accounts out there. Now, which one is the best? Pretty much a little bit of all of them. The key to investing is having your money in different buckets. Highly recommend that you start off with a Roth IRA. Retirement accounts are really great. If you need more money long-term, you want to make sure you're set up for retirement. Taxable accounts are really great for short-term. If you see that you're going to need money in a shorter amount of time, that's really great. I would say if you're starting up, Roth IRA, everyone needs one if you qualify for one. There's income limits for that, but check the IRS website if you want to find that out. So if you're curious about how to set up your Roth IRA and just over the weekend, make sure to check out my kick-ass investing masterclass where I teach you how to set up your Roth IRA and automate it in just over the weekend, all for free. Make sure to check it out. Step 3, now that you have your tortilla in place, you get to the best part, filling everything with your fillings. So think about it like this. You're going into Chipotle, you have your bowl, you have your tortilla, whatever, and they ask you, what do you want? Do you want barbacoa, anything like that? If you're at a street taco joint, you gotta get the legit shit like tripas, lengua, cabeza. If you're at a vegan place, you're gonna get a weird like cactus taco. Actually, those are legit too, but it really depends what you want and your preferences. With investing, it's the same thing, and your taste preference is really your risk portfolio for some people, right? Some people are more Cambodians, they like a lot more risk, right? Some people are just like, shit, I'm so paranoid that I can't, like, it scares me to death and I can't sleep to invest in the market. No sweat. Some examples of investing vehicles are individual stocks, index funds, sector funds, target retirement funds. If you're just starting out your first time, I would highly recommend that you start off with target retirement funds since you don't have to rebalance and they have lower minimums. If you want to learn more about how to set that up, I'll leave a video right here. All right, step 4. Now it's time to automate, put it all together. If you're doing a DIY taco, now that you have your meats, your tortilla and all that, think about it like this. We're at the end of the Chipotle line, everything's together. What do they have to do? They have to wrap it up and package it, and that's what we need to do. We need to make sure that we put everything together and automate it. So we can do this exactly with investing as well. I don't know about you, but it's not very sexy to me to log into my account every single pay period to place a transaction every paycheck. For my goal in investing is really to automate so I can just focus on shoveling more money into my different tax vehicles. Most brokerages offer this automation service, so you can go to their website. They have directions on how to automate it, really easy, and you can go from there. All right, now that you know how to invest, you have your automated investing machine. You're probably wondering, what funds do I invest in? How do I go step by step investing into my Roth IRA? I actually shot you a free investing masterclass on how to set up your Roth IRA. And after you're done with that, you're probably wondering, hey, do I have any leaks in my portfolio? Absolutely you do. So I actually created this 12-point checklist where you can actually do an audit on yourself, see any money leaks that you have, any opportunities where you can make more money, and it should help you out, all for free. I'll leave it in links below. Also, if you like this video, also please let me know by liking it below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your fellow kick-ass current and future kick-ass investors, and comment below if this video helped you out. Finally, I love to hear, what are your biggest questions with investing? What are some of your biggest barriers of investing? I love to kind of address these in a future video. Please let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you guys, fam. Make sure to get off your ass and start kicking ass through investing. I need a better tagline. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.